In other news this week, Russian troops are returning home from Syria after President Putin announced it was mission accomplished during a surprise visit to a base there on Monday. The unannounced visit was the Russian leader's first trip to the country. Putin told military personnel at the Latakia air base their work was complete after the Russian Defense Ministry had earlier declared Islamic State was now defeated in Syria.
To the Defense Minister and the head of the General Staff, I order the start of the withdrawal of the Russian forces to their permanent base. And if the terrorists dare to raise their heads again, we will strike back with the strength they've never seen before.
So here is a quick recap of events then. In 2015, when Islamic State was on the rise and controlled half of Syria, Damascus did ask for Moscow's help in the fight against the extremists. Using Syrian intelligence, the Russian Air Force then launched surgical strikes on terrorist positions, and that dealt a significant blow against ISIL's infrastructure, one of the main reasons for the campaign's success. Many other forces have also joined efforts to liberate cities and land. But although the defeat of ISIL is a common victory, there does seem to be one country trying to steal the show, perhaps. Here's Anita Nowi's thoughts on that.
Everyone's taking credit for ridding Syria of ISIS.
Министр обороны доложил, что операции на восточном и на западном берегу Ефрата завершены полным разгромом террористов.
Great job, Russia, but not everyone is giving you props.
I want to thank General Mattis for doing such a great job with respect to ISIS. He's knocked the hell out of them. Of course, I've made it possible with what I've let you do, I think.
Check your sources, Russia.
D'abord, je trouve parfois un peu étonnant, je vous dis ça très librement, que la Russie s'approprie la victoire contre Daesh. Ça me surprend, parce qu'en réalité, Daesh occupait une partie de la Syrie et quasi une bonne partie de l'Irak. Et c'est finalement la coalition qui a enrayé ce mouvement et qui a réduit l'espace occupé par Daesh même.
You only joined the war 2 years ago by invitation from the president and are already claiming victory. Assad stayed in power. That's a total loss as far as we see it. True wins mean the fall of ruthless dictators, triumphant victories over evil, and a long stay after the battle is over. Russia is already pulling out troops. Fail. Now, we should keep in mind that the U.S. played an important role in combating the terrorists, sometimes by simply giving moderate rebels arms and training, or, for example, when they let thousands of ISIS terrorists flee Raqqa to battle Assad in Syria under a secret U.S.-approved deal. America has nothing to celebrate in Syria. The plan didn't work. Keep bragging about your accomplishments in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Libya. And if you can stay in Syria another 10 years, it might just be a real win.
Now, just over an hour ago, a crew of 3 blasted off from the Baikonur Cosmodrome and are now heading to the International Space Station. It is the final manned mission of the year, and it will take them 2 days travelling before they finally dock with the orbiter. Igor Zhidanov reports now from the launch site in Kazakhstan.
Once it was Yuri Gagarin who blasted off from this very launch pad to become the first man in space. Now we can already hear the engines of this Soyuz rocket roaring, and the ground underneath me starts to tremble. So let's take a quick break and enjoy this launch on this beautiful Sunday morning together. having to leave a loving home, especially on holidays, especially for a holiday season and especially to space, does leave an aching feeling inside one's chest. And so we've been ready to spend some time with the crew and find out how they are going to be dealing with this. Perhaps the best crewman to help with any homesickness his colleagues may suffer is veteran Russian cosmonaut Anton Shkaplerov. He spent a year on the ISS before.
It is my third flight and third time celebrating New Year in space, so I have a bit of experience. On the spaceship there are presents from family and from Roscosmos. There is a bag for every crew member, and we also bring one for those already on board, with the date when to open them, either on Christmas for Western colleagues or New Year for Russians.
His daughter packed one of her toys for him, as a reminder of his family back home.
I gave my father a grey little poodle toy because we have one at home.
Not only is this Shkaplerov's third expedition, he'll also be celebrating his birthday in space for the third time.
Unfortunately, I will celebrate my birthday without my family, close relatives and friends. But it is my third time, so I'm no stranger to that. I will receive presents and sweets from my family on the space station. We will lay the table and drink tea.
And I can't tell you what we're going to do there because it's a surprise.
But this Soyuz is not the only spacecraft headed for a rendezvous with the ISS. All the way from Cape Canaveral, a SpaceX rocket is carrying something very special in its cargo hold. Firstly, we're being told it's a new Christmas tree for the holidays, and also a copy of the new Star Wars movie. Yes, to be screened in space. So the force is strong with this mission. Igor Zhdanov, reporting from the Baikonur Cosmodrome for RT.
And we'll keep you posted on how they get on. Now, there is still plenty to come here on The Weekly, including a major rebuke for Europe over the abuse of migrants. That story just after the break.